Hello everybody, this is Bladen, and welcome back to another episode of ARK on Crystal Isles. And starting off this episode, I have some sad news. By my own negligence, our good friend, Fritz, yes, Fritz, the Tropio that we basically just tamed, has passed away. Let's roll a clip and see what happened. For the short time that she was with us, Fritz served us very, very well. For the speedy mount she was, we got around really quick on the Crystal Isles with her, and I will miss her. But, with that being said, we don't really have time to dilly-dally today. We've got a lot planned for today, and don't worry, I will of course be taming some more Tropios in the near future, but my mind today is going to be set on taming a different kind of flyer in today's episode. One that we are probably going to want to start taming lots and lots of as soon as we can, because they are going to be vital in our efforts against the Crystal Wyvern Queen. Oh, that was a lag spike. But first and foremost, we have some work that we need to get done around the base. Specifically, we took some time in the last episode to build our walls and our greenhouse, but one thing I think we still need is some actual defense. So, things like, ground creatures such as Rexes and your Scorpions and Raptors, I don't believe they'll be a problem to us anymore, but one thing that is still taunting me and still sometimes likes to come by to say hi are the RGs. Those nasty birds are always flying around in this area, and I think it is about time we did something about those guys too once and for all. So what I plan to get set up in this early part of the episode today is some plant species X turrets. These turrets are basically automatic, and they require very low maintenance, and you don't have to make any bullets for them. They are a plant, and they shoot this green sap-like substance that both slows down and damages creatures. With a few of those set up around the base, we should be pretty good to defend our base from the aerial point around it as well. And in order to get that done, I am going to need some stone foundations, some ceilings, some pillars, and I'm going to need to build quite a few little points around here to get those plants set up at. Okay, I've got 24 stone pillars, 22 ladders, and 5 ceilings made. I'll probably have to make some more of these things pretty soon, but for right now, I'm just going to work with what I have. Let me see. I want to be able to climb on the ladder to line myself up perfectly here. Pick up what... Why can't I climb on the ladder right now? There we go. Okay. I climb up, I jump off, so I'm now perfectly lined up with this foundation's direction. Now I can go into K mode, and I can align this pillar perfectly with the edge of my wall. I'm going to want these plants to sort of be overhanging the top of my wall, so that way they have the most range for firing. Let's see, I'll go ahead and place... Oh! Lag spike! I'll place that first one right there, and 1, 2, 3, 4. I at least want it to be above the wall, so let's try... I'm going to need to get a little bit higher for that. Alright, here we go. Climb up here. There we go. Okay, now hopefully I can pick this up, and then I can string ladders down from up there. 2, 3, 4. There we go. Alright, so hopefully we'll have a nice view over the top of our wall here. This is perfect, I would say, and we are going to repeat this same thing 4 more times across the perimeter of my base. Ow. And lastly, bam, 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 blammo. Alright, let's climb up and see how it looks. Oh wow, this is a very nice view, isn't it? This is great looking from up here. But yeah, we have got all 5 of our little towers set up here. There's the first one that we did right over there. Another one is in the corner directly behind Barney. I think we can just barely see the ladder for it right there. The next one is right behind Princess Fiomia. It's right there. And lastly, we have the one that is directly in the middle, facing towards the red obelisk over there. Alright, that's tidy. So the next order of business is going to be getting the planter boxes up there, and then after that we are going to have to get the water irrigation running between those places, and finally the actual species seeds themselves. And we are going to need fertilizer for them to grow, just like how our normal plants over there do need fertilizer in order to grow, which is going to be a little more micromanaging, but if we get enough fertilizer to fully kit out all 5 of these plants, we're probably not going to have to worry about giving them fertilizer for an extremely long time. So let's go ahead and get on that. Now thankfully, as we place these crop plots, the ladder's going to take care of the alignment for us, so we don't really have to worry too much about getting ourselves lined up perfectly. Let's see if I can get this as close to that corner as I can. Right about there should be good. Beautiful. Alright, let's go ahead and get these pipings put down here. Now, while we're doing this, I would like to take a little bit of time to talk about some other things I've been up to recently. Some different developments have been going on outside of YouTube, and there's some things that I am pretty eager to try out going forward here. So, firstly, there's actually been some really interesting developments going on YouTube itself recently. They have, if you've been on YouTube for a little bit now, then you probably are familiar with the YouTube Shorts. You know, they're essentially around maybe 20-second videos of short YouTube videos, you know, of just some nice short-form content that people can, you know, get a look at very quickly and kind of, you know, just get a quick experience out of it, I suppose. And something that YouTube has stated just recently that they would like to do going forward is they would like to monetize the creation of these shorts, and that is something that is very, very exciting for me in particular, because one thing I really, really like to do is draw. Yes, I love drawing so much. I draw all my own YouTube assets. You know, you've seen my YouTube channel banner on my profile picture. I did create those myself, and when I live streamed on Twitch for a little bit, I did create all of the assets I use on my Twitch channel as well. But this is something that's very interesting to me, because the monetization of YouTube Shorts, I think, is going to lead to a lot of really great potentials for animators. And one thing that I have really been not so motivated to try doing on my YouTube is actually creating animations for it. And I think actually getting monetized for creating animations is something that sounds like a very good deal to me, and I think it gives me a really good reason to really sink my teeth into it and actually try it. And I'll play a clip on something that I've been working recently on, but I have some fun ideas for some ARK related shorts that I would like to put onto my my other YouTube channel. If you check out my channel, you'll find that I have another YouTube channel called Bladen Studio, and that is the channel I would like to use for all of my animated content. So I'll have this channel primarily for just the gaming content, and over there I'll be doing more animated stuff. And you know, of course I would not expect to upload on there as frequently as I do on here, because animation, if you've ever done it, takes a very, very long time to produce. But if you are interested in seeing that kind of stuff, maybe go check out that channel every now and then, and maybe subscribe to it if you would like. But yeah, I think that'd be really exciting to do, and I'm really excited for this little ARK animation I'm working on. I have a lot of fun plans going forward for creating more of this kind of content. So that is one thing I wanted to talk about. Another thing I wanted to talk about is the way I do my series on my channel. So some of you may have noticed by this point, if you've been watching since the beginning, that I don't really run many mods on this game whatsoever. I know that a lot of the more popular YouTubers who play ARK, they like to use a lot of mods for their series. Things like Structures Plus, I think it's called the Dino Storage mod, the one that has those little crystal balls that you can easily store in. They basically replace cryopods, and they have a lot of really great quality of life features, but I personally choose to not play with those kinds of mods. And furthermore, the rates that I choose to use for this series in particular, as well as whenever I play ARK by myself in general, it's very much like official. As in, you know, I don't have my rate set to go very high. I don't have dinos that, you know, whenever I hatch a dino from an egg or one is birthed, they don't grow up extremely quickly. And some people may be wondering why I don't choose to do that. in order to make, you know, the series for myself easier, and that's just simply because that's not really the way I prefer to play the game. One of my favorite things about ARK is the sense of building, when you have to build up to something in ARK. I think that's one of the most important parts of the game. Recently, I did a whole playthrough of the island map, and I actually posted my experiences on that map on my channel. I did, you know, the bosses in that map. I fought the Broodmother, Megapithecus, the Dragon, and eventually the Overseer. And one thing I really enjoyed was the dragon fight from that map, specifically because it felt like such a high stakes battle. Like, I really felt like I had a lot on the line going on in that fight, and that was because it took such a long time for me to prepare for it. You know, the artifacts on the island, that snow cave, the ocean caves, those are not easy artifacts to get. And if I were to make the game so that I could easily cobble up a new army of dinos within a couple hours, I don't think that would, you know, add any more to the sense of build-up in the game. I think it would actually take away from that, you know, build-up. So that's one of the reasons why I prefer to do this for my series. And also, the lack of mods, as I was mentioning just now, is for people at home. I know a lot of people who like to play ARK have it on the console editions. They have the PS4 or Xbox One version. And I would really like it if my series was able to be essentially replicated by other people. You know, they could play along with me, they could do whatever kinds of, you know, building that I'm doing without having to worry about the, you know, mods being absolutely necessary in order to do so. I would like it for people if they were able to just comfortably, you know, play the game the same way I do. And that's the reason why I choose to play the game the way I do. Now, I do have a couple of mods, but they are extremely small mods. I have one mod that simply disables the cryo sickness, and that's only because in PvP, even on single player, you're plagued with the cryo sickness. And even though it's shorter, it still is a pain to deal with, and I honestly think the cryo sickness in single player is just a time waster, really. And I don't remember the other mod I played with, but I guess that only adds to how little the mods are actually affecting this gameplay series so far. But yeah, I just wanted to clear that up real quick because I have been asked about that before in one of my older videos. And yeah, I hope you guys are able to cope with that kind of thing. You know, it's just how I prefer to play the game myself. I understand it's not like what everyone else is doing, but it's the way I enjoy doing it. And hopefully I'm able to translate some of that, you know, kind of excitement that I get from playing this game into this series for all of you to watch. Anyway, let's go ahead and keep on building the irrigation system here. I'm going to need a lot more of these straight pipes. Oh, I swear this is so much easier when I had Fritz to really control my flight with. This is really painful to do on the back of a Pteranodon. Alright, but I think we are just about getting there. Let's see. Alright, I should be able to connect those two with one last flexible pipe. Let's climb our ladder. There we go. Blammo! There we go! So we got all 5 of our crop plots now fully irrigated and ready to start planting some seeds inside of. I'm going to need some fertilizer and some of the actual plant species X seeds, and we are going to pay a good visit to our beautiful, beautiful Princess Fiomia here, and I'm going to have to ask her to do something pretty disastrous for us. I'll take care of the fertilizer feces business, and in the meantime I'm going to go ahead and cut to when we get the seeds ready and we can go ahead and get those planted inside of our planter boxes. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's an alpha T-Rex? Oh boy. That is terrifying. Alpha Rexes are no joke. Oh, there's a plant right here. Oh, that galley's booking it. Oh, this stinks. This is scary. Okay, you know what? I got 69 plant species X seeds. That's all I need. I'm gonna get out of here before things get hairy. Ooh. There we go. Alright, so we've got a fertilizer value of 75,000 thanks to all of the medium-sized animal feces that we've put in here from Princess Fiomia, which should still last us for a plenty long time. But oh, as we can see, we've got a little itty bitty seedling right here for our plant species X seed, and eventually that will grow up just like our crops inside of our greenhouse. It'll grow up into a nice, healthy, strong killing machine. Hey, the Duke, what are you doing outside? Get back in there. I accidentally left the door open. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to a very incredibly boring, basic cooking pot setup. Yes, we finally have cooking pots in our base, and while I don't have plans to use these too much right now, one thing I do want to get made is some dyes. It's about time I start playing the fashion ARK game, and one thing I like to do, particularly with, you know, my fashion in this game, is I like to color code my my armor and all my items with different kinds of dyes based on their quality, their rarity, I guess, as some would say. It's a pretty fun way to see your progress that you've made so far in the game. So with these cooking pots, we'll use thatch as our main fuel resource, because if I chose to use wood as my fuel resource, that would actually get converted into charcoal, and charcoal will actually change the properties of what kinds of pigments you'll get from the dyes. So we just want charcoal in here right now, and with stim berries in here, combine those two with water, and we will get ourselves some white coloring, and eventually we will throw in the narco berries to get ourselves some black color. It looks like that one's already done. Let's get all those water skins out of there, refill them up. That's why we have this little irrigation system running through the back here. Put them back in, and let's get those stim berries out. Let's put some narco berries in there instead. We've got Barney over here with a bunch of berries stocked up in order to make this easier for ourselves. Alright, we got 40 white dye already. Dye is really easy to get in this game. You have a lot of it, but you also end up using a lot of it too when you want to make yourself look all fancy. Alright everyone, we're back, and ta-da! Yes! Check out my new look. I love the black and white combo so much. It looks so good. And I have also decorated some of my tools here. I gave my crossbow a bit more of a white sheen on the metal part with some white dye, and I also made the wooden part a bit darker with some black dye. My long neck rifle too has this it has a really cool little, like, I guess like camouflage kind of look to it, because that's what it looks like when you put the dye on the wooden part of the gun here. The white is also much shinier too. My pickaxe, by extension, also has that camouflage and shinier white metallic surface, and my axe as well. But we are actually not finished yet. Something that we really need to take care of is that face hair beast right there. That beard needs a trimming. And I think the only way to fix that is with a pair of scissors. Let's go ahead and get some of that made. Now, I don't actually know how many different hairstyles I have unlocked in this game. It's so rare that I use scissors to do anything. And I think you actually unlock hairstyles getting achievements. Alright, here we go. So we have the default hairstyle. Oh, we can do dye colors too? Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Hold the phone. I have dyes in here. Oh. Yes! Oh, wow! You can actually dye? That is so cool. We're gonna look like an anime character. Alright, facial hair. Oh, I like it when it's just pure black like that. I actually think that looks really cool. And I could adjust the length that I want it to be as well, but we're gonna have to, like, you know, trim it back again at some point anyway. Let's look at the hair first. Mohawk. Hair length will be cut to 0 when changing hairstyle. Oh, that's okay. It'll look like this eventually, I think is what it means. We got the romantic hairstyle. Oh, that's really cool. I can imagine myself on a skateboard with that one. The ponytail. That one looks really cool. Reminds me of the Witcher games. Braids. That one's alright. And those are all the ones I have unlocked so far. I don't know. It's going to be tough to see any of these with the hide helmet on. That's the thing. I do think I like the ponytail one, though. I like ponytails a lot. I don't know why. I think they look really cool on male characters. Let's take a look at that mustache. So we got just the regular mustache. That looks hilarious. A real biker. Romantic. Ooh, I like how short that one is. Oh, that is really cool looking. Mutton chops. I do think it looks cool on its own, but I don't think it matches the ponytail very well. What about the curly beard? Oh, that one's fancy. But I think with my ponytail, the romantic one is going to look the best. Yes. Oh, I can make it gray to make ourselves look really old. Look at that. No, I like the black one. I really like the black color, like as like the primary color for for my character here. Let's go ahead and hit accept, and let's see how we look now. Well, we don't look like anything right now. I should have figured, but over time we are going to get that sweet ponytail and that nice romantic mustache beard going. But alright, yeah, I am super happy with our new look right now. We've also got human hair. I don't know what this stuff is even used for, if I'm completely honest right now. I'll just go ahead and put that into our storage along with everything else here. Oh yeah, I also had Mimi cryopotted up when we went to go get those plant X seeds, just in case things got hairy and I needed someone to help me get out of there. Let's go ahead and throw her back. Welcome back, Mimi. I'm glad to have you back here. Oh, actually, you know what? I should get Mimi a hat as well for her, because the Gigantus can actually wear a helmet. Ooh. Yeah, maybe we should do that real quick. Let me find something good for her. Something I also forgot to mention is that we did recover the Tropionathus saddle when Fritz died, unfortunately. I was able to get the saddle back, and that is very good because those saddles are very expensive. But of course, in order to tame another one, we are going to need another new ballista and some chain boas, as well as some new doors to make a trap with. But I don't think that should be as much of an issue as it was to create the saddle. And I mean, hopefully, if we do get a new Tropio, it'll just be at the same area that we found Fritz at, so that way we won't have to make a bunch more of those ballistas and things. So, okay, I got this chitin helmet here that was sitting in my inside of my smithy there. Let's see, what if I make this? Let's see, Mimi's kind of got like a beigeish brown color, so maybe we can combine that with some yellow, I think. I think yellow would be an interesting look for it. Let's go ahead and let's put black up there, and for the strings, let's go ahead and make those white. There we go. Alright, Mimi. Yeah, look at that. She's already got like the yellow and blackish color on here. Let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, Mimi is a warrior now. Look at her. That is awesome. Alright, cool. So we finally got our fashion game going on right now. Let's go ahead and move on to the last thing I want to do in today's episode. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to do in today's episode is tame myself a wyvern or wyvern. So I was kind of hoping I wouldn't have to spoil that this early on, but it's going to be tough for me to explain what I'm doing without actually saying what it's going to be for. Plus, I mean, you've probably seen the thumbnail already for this video, but yes, we are going to be taming a wyvern, and the key word there is taming, because normally you can't tame wyverns in the wild. You have to actually get their eggs and then hatch them yourself and raise them. But the cool thing about the Crystal Isles wyverns is that they can be tamed in the wild just as long as they're the non-aggressive variants, the ones that are not the errors, the ones we showed off last time over near that the area where we tamed the dung beetle, that horrible, terrible trench in the desert right there. Those are all the aggressive wyverns that cannot be tamed. And in order to tame the normal passive wyverns, we are going to need a proper trap, because we actually are going to have to knock wyverns out in order to get the resources we need, and it's from that we can actually tame the wyverns. So we are going to make a wyvern trap now, and what we are going to need for that is a lot of these behemoth gates. I actually will probably substitute. I'm probably going to try doing pillars and ceilings this time for the walls instead. One thing I've always done in the past is I've always used a bunch of these behemoth dinosaur gateways to trap the wyverns inside of. But since the crystal wyverns are smaller, I could probably get away with using pillars and ceilings for the trap instead of these things, because these things are very, very, very expensive. I'm probably just going to make 2 of those and see what else I can do about the rest of it. Okay, we are just about ready to embark out on a journey to get ourselves a wyvern. I think I've got everything I need at the ready here. I've got Claws here. Claws is going to be carrying a lot of the things that we need in order to get the trap built. A lot of the stuff is extremely heavy. We've got stone pillars, ceilings, and some of the behemoth gateways and gates themselves. And I've also decided to get cryopotted Barney and Bluey, because in case we don't have enough of what we need here in order to create the full trap for the wyverns, I'll have them with me in order to create more of them. And because this is going to be such a high-risk mission, I think having a couple of sleeping bags is going to be very valuable for us. We're taking both of our flyers with us. If we die out there and we respawn back here, I don't know if we will be able to get back over there on one of these guys. Like, that's such a humongous distance to walk over to the Wyvern Trench. So I am going to have some sleeping bags at the ready, and I'm going to leave one of these guys at my base, or at my sleeping bag, just in case if I do die, I'll have one of my flyers ready to go automatically for the trip back over there. But yeah, the plan is we are going to build this trap next to the Wyvern Trench. And the reason why I'm choosing that area specifically is because, I mean, of course, all the wyverns over there are already aggressive to begin with, but because of that, there's so many of them over there, and we will easily be able to lead them into the trap without really, worrying too much about them escaping, I guess. They'll be on our tails the whole entire time. We can easily get in there and get out with one of them intact, and we can knock them out, hopefully. Since there's so many of them over there, that gives us a better chance of finding a lower leveled wyvern as well. They have to be a female, and we're going to have to knock her out with our tranquilizer arrows to get those primal crystals, and then we will use those to tame our first ever wyvern. I am so excited. Alright, let's get over there. We are here, and the Wyvern Trench is just over there in those mountains. Now, I am going to be very, very generous with how far I have placed this Wyvern Trap away from the trench over there. And the reason for that is because I want to ensure that I only have one Wyvern trailing behind me when I bring it over to the trap in order to knock it out. If I build this trap really close to the Wyvern Den over there, then there's going to be a very good chance that I attract a lot more wyverns than what I'm comfortable with dealing with. And that'll distract me from trying to knock out my target, and that will lead to all sorts of horrible nightmares when I try to knock it out. So, what I think I'll do is I'll probably place the gate right about here. Let's go into K mode here. Yeah, I like this spot right here. I think it gives us some good area on both sides here. So I'm going to place one right there, and I'm just going to run forward an unprecedented distance and place the second one right about there. And now the next thing I need to do is get my pillars ready here. Now, this is a design that I am kind of making up on the fly, just as an FYI. So I don't know how well this is going to perform. Now, I'm back, and this is the design for the Wyvern Trap I've cobbled together here. It's pretty ugly. I won't lie about that. This is a pretty hideous looking trap, but I think for the cost of it, it's going to do us very, very nicely. So essentially, we're going to lure the wyverns in through this front gate right here and make sure that they are below these ceilings. If we can get them inside of here, below the ceilings, then we can close this gate, and then we can actually have them caught inside of here, and then we'll be able to safely knock them out from a distance. And really, really quick, I am definitely dying of heat stroke out here. I am going to go ahead and place some sleeping bags at a pretty comfortably far distance away from those gates, because I don't want to make sure I get I want to make sure I don't get attacked. If I happen to die by the hands of a wyvern, I want to be able to respawn instantly. It's time to go find myself a wyvern. Ideally, I would like to find myself a low-leveled one. Probably a tropical wyvern would be the best one, because I think their breath attack is probably the least threatening out of all of them. Oh gosh, okay. Time to do some scouting. 215. It is a female, which is what we're looking for, but that level is way too high for me. Let's see, you're 195. These wyverns are crazy with their levels. 215. Oh my goodness. Okay. We also got a bunch of griffins below us here, which is not as terrifying as the wyverns, but they can still attack us if we're unlucky. A female, level 20. Oh, that is so good. Okay. I need to regenerate my stamina real quick. Oh, that is perfect. Now, I've never actually tried knocking out the wyvern heirs before. I'm going to be devastated if I learn that they don't drop the primal crystals that we need to tame the normal ones. Oh, it's gonna hurt so much. Alright. Oh, there's more up there too. Hey, look at me. Are you on me? Okay, there we go. We got on us. Yeah, the wyvern's gonna fly a lot faster than we are, so we have to... Oh gosh. I don't want to get hit by that water attack. That is going to really hurt if it hits me. But there's no other wyverns following us. This is exactly what we want. We've got one wyvern and that's all we need. Oh, I forgot to open up the door. Oh, we got hit. We got hit. We're scalding right now. Let's get that door open. Alright, come on. Oh, we got hit again. Let's get in there. Are you following us? Oh, no, you're not in. Come on. Oh, did she just get in and fly out? Oh, please tell me that's not what happened. Let's get below the ceiling. There you go. Okay, close it, close it, close it. Now we fly out. Oh my gosh, Indigo is so hurt. Oh, the wyvern's in there. Oh. I'm sorry about the comments here. I just really wanted to make sure I got all that recorded. Okay, we got the wyvern trapped. I think, hopefully. It better be trapped. Can I shoot it? Okay, we can. Oh, please let me knock it out. Please don't escape from there. Oh, there we go. I knocked it out. Alright, it didn't take too many at all. Alright, let's get in here. Can I look at your inventory? Can I look at it, please? Take crystals. Yes! We got 6 primal crystals! That's awesome! That's exactly what we wanted! Alright, let's get out of here. Wait a second. How did we only get 3? 1, 2... It said 6 just now, did it not? They're not on you, are they? That is so strange. Where did the rest of them go? Huh. Okay, I was just doing some research online, and as it turns out, the wyvern that I plan for us to tame does only need 3 of these primal crystals in order to tame. However, if these 3 alone aren't going to be enough, we can also just use the normal crystal. The cool thing about these wyverns is that you actually tame them by feeding them crystal. They are a passive tame. So I am very, very thankful for that, but I am still so confused as to how we only got 3 crystals out of that wyvern over there. Also, I think its colors have kind of died down a little bit. Yeah, look at that. It looks like it lost some coloration on it since I took all of its crystals out of there. Oh, yes! Yes, 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 yes! There it is, there it is! Oh my gosh, I feel like I've been searching ages for you. Ah, alright, yes, we're back. We have found the crystal tropical wyvern that I have been looking for. This absolutely beautiful female. Level 150. Yes, alright. I was getting a little worried because these primal crystals are on a bit of a timer here, so I was a little worried I had to resort to finding a different one. But no, we found exactly what we were looking for. Okay, let's just walk up to her, and bam, we've already fed her first primal crystal. Where's Claws at? Now, these 3 crystals should hopefully give her all she needs in order to be tamed. I am going to have to wait a little bit in between these feedings here, and I'm also going to have to wait patiently for her to, you know, fly onto the ground. She's going really high up, isn't she? Huh. Oh, yes. Yes? Can I just stand on top of you like this? I remember doing this when the map first came out. Oh, I think I could just stand on top of you. 33.33%. Oh, that's probably going to be around 99.9 by the time I actually get to the 3rd one, isn't it? Oh, this is nerve-wracking. There's a second feed. Nice. Okay. Oh, we're going really high up. Oh my goodness. This is frightening. It's like a rodeo. I have no idea what I am going to do if I fall off this thing. But I mean, I've been able to just sit here on the back. I don't like going in the 3rd person like that. 66.7. Okay, it should only take 1 more then. If it goes up by at least 33.3%, then it will hit 100 by the time I give it its 3rd crystal. Alright. We just have to wait for 1 more feed. That's it! Yes! We got her! Let's get on. Let's go on the ground. I don't like being that high. Alright, there's our guys waiting for us. Yes! We got our first wyvern! Ah! That's awesome. Let's take a look at you. Press U. Backspace. Look at this absolutely gorgeous tropical crystal wyvern. I can't get over how nice this one looks. This might be one of the nicest looking wild wyverns I've ever tamed. The white on the belly, the nice ultramarine blue, and the yellow, greenish, purple tint on the wings. Oh, it's so beautiful. Let's look at your stats. You've got 6,531.8 health, 1,040 stamina, 615 oxygen, 7,350 food, 558 weight, and 294 melee damage. Alright, let's look at you. Yes. Awesome. The tropical crystal wyvern, the first wyvern of our journey so far, and many, many more to come after. So, let's take a look at this thing's abilities then. So, as we kind of saw from earlier, as we were attacked by one, of course, the tropical crystal wyvern is one of the crystal wyverns that are on this map, and they have some newer breath attacks compared to the normal wyverns that you'd find on other maps such as Scorched Earth or Ragnarok. For instance, the tropical crystal wyvern, we have a water breath attack. Let's get a better view of that. Look at that. That looks really cool. We squirt a really hot, scalding stream of water from our mouths. Let's go ahead and over here, land on the ground here. Let's actually test it out. Let's see how much damage we do with it. So it's very similar to the fire wyvern in that the spray does a lot of damage if you hit something with it. That was a 150. And it also leaves an afterburn effect that chips away at their health slowly over time. However, the biggest difference between the tropical crystal wyvern and the fire wyvern is that this one is actually affected by gravity. So let's say I aim up a little bit. Now let's try it. At least it's kind of affected by gravity anyway. I think we took care of that. Yep, that turtle's done for. But the cool, very unique feature of the tropical crystal wyvern. Let's step into the water. Actually, well, I don't really want to level it up, and we'll talk about that soon enough, but let's step into the water real quick, and pay attention to the top right of my screen. You see the new icon? Right beneath the T in the inventory. Let's hold H. Your dino's speed, health regeneration, and damage are boosted. We are hydrated right now. So we have faster flight speed, and we also have some higher damage output. Let's go ahead and see how much we do now. Oh, we didn't really hit the moss chops here. Let's try again. 47. Dang, we took care of that thing instantly. That's awesome. Alright, yeah, so that hydration buff is a really unique feature. When this thing goes into the water, it actually gets a bit of a boost, and that boost lasts for 30 seconds after it leaves the water. This is, of course, a feature that we know exists from the Spino. The Spino was the first creature to get this once it got its TLC patch back in 2018, but for the release of Crystal Isles, they decided to also give it to the Tropical Crystal Wyvern, and I think that was a really great move because it gives this thing a heck of a lot of identity. It really sets itself apart from the other Wyverns because of that. And let's check out our other moves. Of course, we have our normal bite attack, left click. Pretty typical bite attack. Let's go ahead and... oh, that's Indigo. Let's test it on this Dodo right here. Let's see how much damage we do with it. 132. That's a nice amount. And we don't really do anything with C. Well, actually, we do. We actually have a pickup ability. I forgot about that. With C, we can actually pick things up in our talons. And we can take those and deliver them wherever we want to. Almost all the flying creatures have a pickup ability like this. But the Wyverns is probably the best one because they can pick up much larger creatures than the RG can. And while we're on the ground, with C, we actually do a really big wing flap. And this knocks enemies back, but oddly enough, it can also be used to gather thatch from trees. So, I guess we have a new thatch farming dino? As much as I love Barney for collecting thatch, this thing just gets around way quicker, so I don't know, we might have to start using this bad girl, not bad boy, for collecting our thatch. Now, at this point, you might be wondering why I actually haven't decided to level her up yet, and this is because I want this wyvern to be one of the main parents that we use for our breeding efforts for the boss fight. And because of that, I want to memorize all of these stats as best as I can, because if I put levels into any of these stats, I won't know what the base value was from when I first tamed it, and that's going to make it harder for me to recognize what stats are going down to hatched wyverns once I actually start breeding them together. So in order to make it easier for myself to retain that memory, I am just going to keep these levels the exact same way. It's going to be level 224 for her entire life, unfortunately, which is really sad because she's beautiful. But hopefully, once we actually do start breeding some of these wyverns, I can get some of these colors into the offspring because I really want to keep these colors. Oh, that is so cool. We got our first wyvern. That rocks. Alright, let's head back to base. Now, before we end off today's episode, I think I would just like to go do some exploration and maybe find some loot drops here with our new wyvern. Since these things move way quicker than the pteranodons do, they move just about as fast as a Tropio, honestly. Once they get that hydrated buff, let's get in the water here. Look how fast we're flying. Oh, we are zipping through the island right now. This is awesome. Let's go find some loot drops and see if we can get anything cool before we end off today's episode. I decided to fly over here to the Great Valley. This is a location that we have not yet visited in this series, but I wanted to come over here because, for one, this place is absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at it. It's so beautiful in this area. But also because this is another area on the map that you can find wild Tropios. And I tend to find that they're a bit more rare over here than they are in the White Shoals and Emberfall. But if we can get lucky and find a high level one in this area, we could probably save it for your future episode and tame it. Let's see what we can find. Oh, a Tropio! Hey! What level are you? Oh, 135? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! No! Protect! We have to protect you! Oh my gosh, it's being attacked by all of the frogs right now too because it accidentally... Frogs! Come to me! Oh, I got leeches. There's leeches in here. Oh, this is bad. I have to get these frogs. Oh, keep backing up, keep backing up, keep backing up. These things are so strong. Ooh, okay. Passive. Leech. There we go. Get rid of these. Are you... No, what? Oh no. No. No! Crap! Wyvern! Get out of here! Get out of here, go! Oh no! No. Oh crap. Oh, that is not good. That is not good at all. Oh, my wyvern! We have to get back there right now. It's over here. Okay, there's the obligatory leech on the screen. J. Wyvern, to me. Follow, please. You're not being attacked, are you? Okay, you're not. Oh, okay, she's safe. Yes! Oh my gosh, she's safe. She's safe. Oh, up here. I hate the leech. Alright, please land. I need to get the leech off you. Good job. Leech, remove now. Eat. Eat up. Oh, look how close she was. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. She's okay. She is okay. I was so worried. I was... Oh. Phew. Also, this Tropio right here, I definitely want to memorize where I am at right now on the map. Alright, I'm basically right at about, let's see, 75 longitude in about 75 latitude, right in the middle of that square right there. That's awesome. You're a very nice looking Tropio. I'm definitely going to tame you up in the next episode. I promise. We are back at base. Oh, what a trip that was. Let's get Claus out of his cryopod here. Or her. It's a him. I don't remember their genders. Oh boy, oh boy. We almost lost our beautiful, beautiful new Wyvern. I would have been devastated if that happened. I really would have. It would have been worse than when I lost Dora and Poppy back in episode 2. Oh, but that's going to do it for today's episode, guys. We got a heck of a lot done. We got our brand new Wyvern tamed up. And we also have a great new target for next episode with that Tropionathus in the Great Valley. We're definitely going to go for that next time. But in the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. See ya.